Hey. আসছে না স্যার, এটা একটু করতে হবে। হ্যাঁ, তুলে দিচ্ছি এটা। চেক করা গেছে।
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Now we start lecture session 3 of day 2. First, Professor Muhammad Abu Naim will felicitate our guest, Professor Amlan Chakraborty, Director of A.K. Chaudhary School of Information Technology, University of Calcutta. I'm happy with that. This is now let me introduce, give a brief introduction of an eminent academician, Professor Amlan Chakraborty, who is presently Director of A.K. Chaudhary School of Information Technology, University of Calcutta. He has supervised a team of 20 PhD and 4 postdoctoral researchers, and he is leading multiple research groups in the domain of quantum computing, machine learning, computer vision, information of things, and cyber physical systems, and VLSI SIGCAT. He has executed 15 research projects funded by TST, MIT, DRDO, etc. Sir has been Hamid visiting professor in the Department of Computer Science and Technology, University of Cambridge, UK. Erasmus Mundus visiting professor, University of Romania, and JSPS visiting professor of Kyushu Institute of Technology in Japan. Earlier, In administrative experience, I had been head of information technology and technology innovation cell, Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal, and the Faculty of Technology and Engineering, University of Calcutta. Among numerous awards, accolades, and recognitions and patents, Sir has received Shikhar Ratna Award, Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal in 2018, and Hamid Visiting Professor Fellowship, University of Cambridge in 2018. So, sir, I invite you to enrich our students with your valuable talk. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And thanks to the Department of Mathematics and Statistics for inviting me. I have met the professors, the distinguished professors of the department, and I'm feeling very happy and very honored to be in the department, okay, of scholars. And this university okay, very close to my heart because I have walked in uh, uh, at some level with some of the officials of the department, and many of my ex-students are now yes, faculty members in this university, this esteemed university, right? And I'm very happy to meet the students who are just coming from school, right? We normally meet the students after they graduate and join university or in the postgraduate level or PhD level. So I'm very happy to meet all of you. And just to discuss about you that what is this data science and artificial intelligence, it is making so much of so many things, right? If you look into any newspaper, right? If you look into any research journal, if you look into the what what's going on in the lab, though there are a lot of activities going in different science and technology, but you will see that at one point of time or at one section of the job is being handled by data science or AI or machine learning. So to the students who will be just getting into the college and going to higher education, okay, from your level, this will be a sort of motivational lecture. Okay, so that if you get into this, what you can do in this particular domain of data science and AI, and what are the various opportunities and possibilities you can find, especially the attractive part of the various technological domains. This AI and data science. So what I have presented my title is that accelerate innovation. Okay, so innovation is something what we expect in our country today, right? The students who are actually getting trained in higher education institutes like this university, Bali University. Okay, so the students will be trained to innovate, right? And the power of innovation comes to the knowledge, right? You innovate when you have knowledge and you have experience. Both are required, right? So knowledge and experience will be gathered through your courses in the top level institutes like this in our state, in our country, and then when you go to the actual job, actual research, or in the corporate, you will get more and more exposure to those activities. So I will try to touch upon that how we can look into the field of data science and AI. Okay, so I will first start with data science. So data science is not a particular, what I can say is a particular domain. It's a domain which is very interdisciplinary. Okay, so if you look into that, what is data science actually? It is actually using the data-driven concepts, okay, right, to solve the problems in various domains. Okay, data-driven, when you look into the data, right, obviously the first thing comes about how the data looks. Data may be a single data. Suppose this is a group of students, right? I can pick any single student and I can capture the data, right? Or I can capture the data of all the students. So each student in this particular group is a sample. He is an individual that physically he or she is an individual, but in terms of a data, right, it represents a sample from a group of students, right? And when I look into the group of students, it becomes a distribution, okay, because it is a collection of samples. Okay, now gathering this data of of samples, right? Can I do something? Can I tell that okay, who will be suited for which course? Okay, gathering each of your individual data, okay, in terms of your choices of subjects, right? In terms of your past academic records, right? In terms of your what I can say that means your okay the activities you do in your normal life, whether you are more focused on actually studying the things or you are more focused on doing the things on hands. Okay, so this type of data, if I collect, what is an economic background, right? So if I collect this data, right, okay, from each of you, so it's a distribution of the students, right? I can okay, come up in my university and I can tell that okay, these students are fit for this course in the university, these students are fit for this course in the university. Okay, and this is for the students, but that can be applied for so many things for customers who are actually buying something from my okay, from my shop. I can actually predict that which quantity of item I require in the next 7 days. Okay, which particular commodity is not getting okay, not being properly priced. People are not uh, taking it in a proper way. So lot of decisions, lot of things I can do better if I analyze this data, right? And so if you look into this, you look that a lot of things are there in our data science, which includes obviously mathematics and statistics, because mathematics and statistics actually give the functions, okay, which you can operate on the data, because ultimately data will consist of some values represented as numbers, right? Right, or some sort of coded data, right? Whatever it is, right? So we apply the function on a data, you require mathematics defines. Okay. Statistics defines a probability and mathematics defines absolute function. Both are estimates of data, right? A function gives you a value y provided you give x1, x2, x3. Okay, right? Statistics tell you what are the estimates of the variations in the data, what are the variants, what is the skewness, what are the okay, statistical measures on the data. So you know the data properly by by doing mathematics and statistics at initial level. Okay. Then you need to go ahead. Then you need to go ahead in terms of okay, try to find the pattern. I can find that okay, there is a group of students who have a okay, so who have good in maths. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, okay, they have a knack in programming. Okay, so these students may be good for a science course. Okay, so then it comes that whether I can find the pattern. So these functions gives us okay some abstraction of the data, and then I can look into the abstraction and go for pattern. Okay, so what I mean to say here, if you look into this as a whole, right? Data science is interdisciplinary because this data can come from any domain. But previously, we from the department from the computer science researcher, we used to only think that our problems, what we are trying to solve. 1 second. Okay. 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 Yeah, actually my dad is in hospital. Today he will get released. So I have to take this call. Okay. So previously our computer science researchers only thought that solving the problems in computational domain, like solving a graph problem, okay, solving a cryptography problem, okay, solving an operating system process problem. These are the problems which we computer science researchers are doing, right? We didn't thought that we will also solve the problems which can go to agricultural domain. Okay, we can solve the problems which will go to the health domain. We can solve the problems which can be applied for environmental domain. We didn't thought it because we were in silos. Okay, but data science, AI, ML, all these three things, Okay, give us the opportunity that, okay, that let's try to work with a domain expert or a domain group from agriculture or a domain group from environment or a domain group from, okay, say health or medical science, and let's try to develop computational models which will help in their prediction, which will help in their analysis. Okay, and you can go to any domain, right? It may be biology, chemical sciences, medical sciences, civil engineering, so all domains, geography, all domains are now that means we can think that data science plays a role, a data science expert can work in all these domains with the domain experts. Obviously, without domain experts, we are just blind, right? Okay, if somebody gives me a data, okay, data of agriculture, which may be the soil quality variation with time. Okay, suppose how the okay soil values like sodium, potassium, and the pH of the soil is varying with time. This data is that I am not a knowledgeable person with trained in computer science. I'm not a knowledgeable person to understand the data, right? What the variation means good, bad, or normal, I don't know, right? So I need to have an agricultural expert to sit with me and okay, to help me with what are the groups I get in my data. Okay. So this is where the domain plays an important role, but due to this, it becomes very interesting. Now you will see that computer science and data science getting into all the domains of our science, technology, literature, business, everywhere it is going. Okay. So this is one thing. Okay. And the second thing, the new kinds of data. Okay. As we know that the digital infrastructure is getting improved and digital infrastructure is almost everywhere now. We can actually record everything in the world now. Okay. From a very, very tiny room to a large space. All the data can be collected. But this data have primarily two forms. One is the spatial nature of the data, and one is the temporal nature of the data. Spatial nature of the data means that if I am taking the room environment, suppose the humidity, the airflow, the temperature of various rooms of this university, I will find the variation. Why? Because these rooms are spatially in different locations. Okay? If I go into the larger extent, okay, all the universities in this part of the city, I will get a larger data, larger distribution. Okay? The temporal means in the same room, if I take the data, okay, data from morning, say 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, I will see the variation. So you have to understand that the data in general, real data, real life data, or data okay, collected from the field will have a spatial and temporal variations. And this is the real challenge. Okay, that means can I predict what will be the room temperature for the next 5 days when my class from 9 to 11 is going on? This is the problem I want to solve because there may be a student or there may be a faculty or there may be a staff having some sort of chest issues or lung problem. Okay, he or she has to stay in an optimum environment. So can he or she be there? A lot of things can be done from here, but okay, just I'll give an example. So this means that these are the new kinds of data. We were finding the data which is collected from each individual. So each person comes to an office and fills a form and data is collected. We were never exposed to the data which is real time and which can have large spatial and temporal variations. And the data can be different forms because there are sensors which can take the data of different forms. There are sensors which capture the humidity, temperature, moisture, face images, okay, the speech signals. So long types of data can be there. And that makes the problem much more bigger. It's called the multimodal data. Okay. And data as a product. Okay, do you know what is data as a product now? Okay, people are selling data now. Okay, it is fine if it is done within the compliance. It is breach of privacy if it is done without the compliance. Okay. For example, suppose you are a working person and you have gone to a bank, right, for a loan, right, and you have given your own data. So that means where you work, what is your net income per year, what is your PAN number, right, where to stay, what are the okay, the things you have in your whether you have a car, okay, because these are all required, okay, car, how many houses you own, these are all required to grant the loan, okay, to give a loan for you, okay. Fine, you have given the letter to the bank, okay, and you come to your home and then you get a call from a car dealer, okay, sell your car is pretty old, do you want to sell your car? But then you will surprised that how the car dealer knows that I have a car and the car is sold. Okay, probably the data has been passed on. Okay, so this is an example. I'm not against any bank or any car dealer. Just an example, just to make you see that what happens to the data, because your personal data, your personal income data helps the car dealer put you into the category which car will be good for you depending on your income, depending on your wealth, right? You have a category of choice, and they know that. So they want to push you that path. So these are the things which is happening. And when you look into your retail sites, right? Okay, and suppose you have booked an air ticket, okay, they will push you the data that whether you want to pick up, and they will push these are the hotels nearby, and these are the places where you can visit. So which means that okay, how they did it. Okay, they did it by recommendation system, which means that they have collected a large amount of data for users and they have viewed that what are the trends. If a person goes to Bombay, right, from Kolkata, vis-a-vis a person goes from Delhi to Bombay, and a person from Kolkata to Bombay might not go to same place. So when you book a ticket from Kolkata to Bombay, might be something is pushed to you. And when a person books a ticket from Delhi to Bombay, maybe some other visit places are pushed to you. I might be, I'm just guessing it, okay? So this is there because the data getting exchanged. Data of the air bookings are exchanged with the hotels. Data of the hotels are being exchanged with the travel. And that's why nowadays you will see that when you submit a data, people will give a disclaimer. Okay, sometimes we read it, we don't read it also. Okay, when you go to an institution of a website, you will say, yes, I agree to all this, I check it. Most of the times it will be like that okay, the data what you're submitting in this particular form, in this website, okay, we can give it to our authorized customers.